Here's a number that should bother you. The average American retirement savings for someone between the ages of 55 and 64 is around $134,000. $134,000. That sounds like a lot, until you realize that most financial planners say you need at least $1 million to retire comfortably. Some say more. $134,000 is not $1 million. It's not even close. And for the bottom half of Americans, the median retirement savings isn't $100,000. It isn't $50,000. It's zero. Today, we're going to talk about why most people will never be able to fully retire, what actually went wrong, and most importantly, what you can do right now so you're not part of that statistic. Because this is fixable, but only if you start today. Let's start with the story. Meet David. David is 58 years old. He's worked his entire adult life, 35 years in the workforce, never missed a bill, raised 2 kids, owned a home. By every measure, David did what he was supposed to do. And yet, David has about $90,000 saved for retirement. He works at a company that doesn't offer a pension. Social Security, when he's eligible, will pay him around $1,800 a month. $1,800 a month. His current expenses are around $4,000 a month. He has a mortgage with 7 years left. His car needs replacing. David is not irresponsible. David is not lazy. David just didn't know what he didn't know. And David is not unusual. David is the average American. So how did this happen? And why is it happening to so many people? The first reason is that the rules changed and nobody told most people. For most of the 20th century, the retirement system was simple. You worked for a company for 30 or 40 years. The company gave you a pension, a fixed monthly payment for the rest of your life. You retired. You were fine. Until that system is almost entirely gone. Starting in the 1980s and accelerating through the 90s and 2000s, companies shifted from pension plans to something called a 401k. And this shift changed everything. Here's the difference. A pension says, work here for 30 years and we will pay you a monthly income for life. The company takes the investment risk. The company manages the money. You just show up and collect. Until a 401k says, here's an account. You decide how much to contribute. You decide how to invest it. You take all the risk. You manage it yourself. And when you retire, whatever's in there is what you have. Until most people were not prepared for this shift. Nobody sat them down and explained compound interest. Nobody taught them asset allocation. Nobody explained that not contributing to your 401k was the same as refusing a raise. The system changed. Financial education didn't keep up. And here we are. The second reason is that most people started too late. This is the cruelest part of the retirement math, and it's worth understanding deeply. Let's look at 2 people. Both invest in an S&P 500 index fund averaging 10% per year. Person A starts at 25. They invest $300 a month until age 65. Total amount invested? $144,000. At 65, they have approximately $1.6 million. Person B starts at 35. They also invest $300 a month until age 65. Total amount invested, $108,000. At 65, they have approximately $600,000. Same monthly contribution, same investment, same retirement age. Person A has $1.6 million. Person B has $600,000. The difference is 10 years. Just 10 years of starting earlier. Person A invested more total money, $144,000 versus $108,000. But the return on person A's money is almost 3 times larger. This is compound interest, and it is ruthless. It rewards the early starters and punishes the late ones in ways that are almost impossible to make up for. Most people don't start investing at 25. They're paying off student loans. They're trying to afford rent. Retirement feels like something for later. And by the time later arrives, the math has gotten very unkind. The third reason is that people consistently underestimate how much they actually need. Ask most people how much they need to retire. They'll say something like $1 million, or they'll say enough to live on. Vague, uncertain. Here's the real math. Financial planners use something called the 4% rule. The idea is simple. If you withdraw 4% of your retirement savings per year, your money should last at least 30 years without running out. So, if you need $4,000 a month to live on, that's $48,000 a year. 4% of what number equals $48,000? $1.2 million. You need $1.2 million saved to safely withdraw $4,000 a month in retirement. If you need $5,000 a month, you need $1.5 million. If you need $6,000, you need $1.5 million. Actually, $1.8 million. Most people have no idea their target is over $1 million. They're aiming at a vague number that doesn't exist, and you can't hit a target you've never defined. The fourth reason is debt. The average American household carries around $100,000 in total debt: mortgage, car loans, student loans, credit cards. Debt is not just a financial burden, it's a retirement killer. Here's why. Every dollar you spend servicing debt is a dollar that isn't compounding for your future. The average credit card interest rate in America is over 20%. The average stock market return is around 10%. If you're carrying credit card debt at 20% interest while trying to invest at 10%, you are mathematically losing money. You should pay off the debt first, every single time. But most people don't think about it this way. They put $100 in their 401k while carrying $5,000 in credit card debt at 22% interest. They feel like they're doing the right thing, contributing to retirement, while the debt silently destroys more wealth than the investment creates. Then there's the mortgage, the car payment, the student loans. For millions of Americans, debt payments consume 30, 40, sometimes 50% of their monthly income. There is simply nothing left over to invest. You cannot build wealth faster than you're destroying it with debt. The fifth reason is lifestyle inflation. Here's something that happens to almost everyone. You get a raise, a promotion, a better paying job, and your spending increases to match your new income almost immediately. New car, bigger apartment, better restaurants, nicer vacations, a little upgrade here, a little upgrade there. Your income went up 20%. Your savings rate stayed exactly the same. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it is one of the most powerful wealth destroyers that exists because it's invisible. It doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels like reward. It feels like progress. But here's the math. If your income goes from $50,000 to $60,000 and your expenses go from $45,000 to $54,000, you got a $10,000 raise and kept exactly $1,000 more than before. The people who build serious wealth are the people who, when their income increases, keep their lifestyle the same and invest the difference. That's the secret. It's not complicated, but it requires saying no to things that feel like rewards, and most people can't do it consistently. The sixth reason is that Social Security is not enough, and may not last. Most Americans plan to rely on Social Security as a significant part of their retirement income, and they're going to be disappointed. The average Social Security benefit in the United States is around $1,800 per month. For a couple where both worked, maybe $3,500 combined. The median monthly expenses for a retired American couple are around $4,500 to $5,000. Do the math. Social Security covers maybe 60 to 70% of basic expenses, not including healthcare, not including any emergencies, not including anything beyond bare minimum living. And that's the best case scenario. The Social Security Trust Fund is projected to face a funding shortfall in the early 2030s. If nothing changes, benefits could be automatically cut by around 20%. Social Security was never designed to be your entire retirement plan. It was designed to be a supplement, a floor, not a ceiling. But for a third of Americans over 65, it is their primary source of income. The seventh reason is healthcare costs. This is the one that blindsides people the most. The average retired couple in America will spend approximately $315,000 on healthcare costs in retirement. That's out of pocket, after Medicare. $315,000. That's money that has to come from somewhere. If you haven't planned for it, it comes from your retirement savings, which means your retirement savings shrink much faster than your 4% rule projected. And healthcare costs are rising faster than inflation, faster than Social Security increases, faster than most investment returns. If you're planning for retirement and you don't have a specific healthcare plan, you don't actually have a retirement plan. So that's the bad news. Now let's talk about what you can actually do, because none of this is inevitable. The system is not rigged against you. It just requires understanding the rules, which most people were never taught. Here are the steps that actually matter. Step 1. Start today, whatever you have. The single most important thing you can do is start investing as early as possible. Not when you have more money, not when the market looks better, not when things settle down. Today. If you're in your 20s, you have time that is literally more valuable than money. Don't waste it. If you're in your 30s, you still have extraordinary compounding time ahead of you. Start now and you can still build serious wealth. If you're in your 40s or 50s, it's not too late. The math gets harder, but it's not impossible. Start anyway. The second best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The best time is today. Step 2. Use every tax advantage available to you. The American tax system has specific accounts designed to help you build retirement wealth. Use them. 401k first. If your employer matches contributions, that match is a 100% immediate return on your money. There is no investment on earth that gives you a guaranteed 100% return. Contribute at least enough to get the full match every single year. Roth IRA second. $7,000 per year. The money grows completely tax-free. When you withdraw it in retirement, you pay zero taxes. Zero. On every dollar of growth. This is one of the most powerful tools available to regular Americans. These two accounts alone, maxed out consistently over a career, can build over $1 million, even on a modest income. Step 3. Eliminate high-interest debt aggressively. If you have credit card debt above 10% interest, pay it off before you invest. This is not optional. The math demands it. Make minimum payments on everything else. Attack the highest interest debt with everything you have. Then move to the next one. This is called the avalanche method, and it saves the most money mathematically. Once the high interest debt is gone, redirect every dollar you were paying toward it into your investment accounts. Step 4. Control lifestyle inflation. Every time your income increases, automate an investment increase before you adjust your lifestyle. Your company gives you a 3% raise, increase your 401k contribution by 2% before you spend the extra money. You'll never miss it because you never had it. This one habit, automating savings increases with every income increase, can double your retirement savings over a career without feeling like sacrifice. Step 5. Know your number. Calculate how much you actually need to retire. Take your expected monthly expenses in retirement. Multiply by 12. Divide by 0.04. That's your retirement number. Write it down. Put it somewhere you'll see it. Most people who know their number save more aggressively. Most people who don't know their number save randomly. There's a reason for that. Step 6. Plan for healthcare. Open a health savings account if you're on a high-deductible health plan. Contribute the maximum every year. This money grows tax-free, is invested tax-free, and withdrawn for healthcare expenses tax-free. It's the only triple tax-advantaged account in the American tax system, and it rolls over every year. You don't lose it. A maxed-out HSA over a career can cover a significant portion of that $315,000 healthcare cost in retirement. Let's bring it back to David. David didn't fail because he was irresponsible. David failed because nobody taught him the rules of a game he was already playing. He didn't know about compound interest at 25. He didn't maximize his 401k when he had the chance. He carried credit card debt for years while telling himself he'd invest when things settled down. Things never settled down. But here's the thing about David's story, and maybe your story if you recognize yourself in it. It's not over. David at 58 still has 7 to 10 working years ahead of him. If he makes aggressive changes now, eliminates debt, maximizes his 401k catch-up contributions, opens a Roth IRA, cuts lifestyle expenses, he can still retire at 65 with dignity. It will be harder than if he had started at 25, much harder, but it's possible. And if you're reading this and you're younger than 58, you have even more time, even more options, even more ability to make the math work in your favor. 90% of people will never fully retire. You don't have to be part of that 90%, but it requires making a decision today, not next month, not when things feel more stable, not when you get the next raise, today. The rules of this game are learnable. The tools are available to everyone. The math rewards patience and punishes delay. Start now. Stay consistent. Don't stop. That's it. That's the whole secret. If this video made you think differently about retirement, hit the like button. It helps more people find this content. Subscribe, because next week we're going deep on the Roth IRA, the account that lets your money grow completely tax-free. why it might be the most powerful retirement tool available to regular Americans, and exactly how to open one, step by step. As always, I'm Rich, and I'll see you in the next one.